my bottle was about the music in Watchet, because everybody seems to be, not everybody obviously, but so many people are either musicians or artists, and I was more of an artist, but then I became more into the music. And then Ben and Tanya were good friends of myself and my ex-partner, who I'm still very good friends with. And we used to play with them quite a lot, even before Pebbles. And then when Pebbles started with the sessions, and it was just fantastic. And it became a very big part of the community of Watchet. Yeah, so my bottle was about that. And I put it together with strings from my ex-partners. You know, he used to keeps his old violin strings. He's actually a luthier, so he actually makes things like that. And so I put a set of the violin strings in the bottle and attached some music that I tore up from a very old music sheet, which is a schottische, sort of folk schottische piece of music, the sort of type that we used to play at Pebbles. And then I wrapped a couple of strings around the neck and attached a couple of the violin tuning pegs. Fortunately, James, who gave me these bits, he's got quite a bit of odd bits of violins around, so he gave me a bridge, because I said, if you've got a bridge, I want to put one on the top. And so I put that on the top, which is quite sculptural, I think. And then I tied the pegs to the end of the violin strings on the outside and the label, which I think gave the title of the piece of music. And then I wrote on the other side, many a fine tune played on these fiddle strings in Pebbles. Yes, well, Pebbles was started by Ben and Tanya, and it used to be, we used to just play at sessions together, and we used to hop over the wall near the lighthouse and play there, and people used to come and listen. And then they started Pebbles, and it's evolved. I mean, it's amazing, the decor in there, isn't it? It's really wacky, it's slightly eccentric, but really welcoming and cozy. And but it hasn't been designed, they've evolved it bit by bit. And lots of people have contributed. I've given them, I think James gave them an old mandolin, I gave them the Baran, and lots of people have given them instruments hang on the wall and odd sort of interesting pieces. And they get the most incredible bands playing there that actually ring them because they want to play there, because they've heard about, a lot about it. And quite often they'll stop off on their way to a music festival and just say, well, we're coming this way, can we just pop in and and play? And Ben and Tanya are so welcoming, and their personalities are just so upbeat, and they're very accomplished and talented musicians. It's become a really big part of the community. I mean, people, we meet there and we can't wait for the next band and the next music session. And I've been a bit out of it recently because I was quite ill the year before COVID. So I really missed it. And then COVID hit it, so I missed it even more. So quite often, a lot of people that have not been brought up here are passing through and they fall in love with it and they just want to come and live here as soon as they can. And I'm one of those people. And quite often they seem to be in a bit of a crossroads in their life, but it's such a healing place. And a big part of that healing is the creativity, and I think it kind of feeds you somehow with creativity. And I don't know what that is, if it's the energy of the place, obviously the beauty of it all. I mean, we're still on the foot of the Quantock Hills, and we're on the edge of Exmoor. You've got the Bristol Channel, we can see Wales twinkling away, and it's but it is the community, it's just come together, it's a good mix of the local people and people that have come in, and they're just generally happier and friendlier than a lot of places, I think. The ease of being able to go into a bar like Pebbles and the Esplanade, and on your own as a woman, I feel perfectly comfortable and safe.